This video is going to cover the tools that I use every day to save my energy a little by little, but which matters a lot at the end of the day. So, alright guys, let's get straight into it. So, the first tool that I use is the GNU tools. GNU offers a really good tool chain, as you can see here. This is the tool chain, and the tools that I use extensively for my project are GNU Make, GCC, GNU Debugger, and GNU Build System. So let's just take one for an example. So let's just talk about GNU Make. So this is the make file. Here you can specify the default goal. If no target is specified, then this goal will be executed. Here this is the target. Okay, so this is the target, and then this is the dependency, and then here are the commands for this target. Similarly, this is also a target, but there are no dependencies, and these are the commands to be executed when this target is specified. So it is very useful when you have a very large code repository and you don't change the whole repository very often. You just change a little parts of it. So you don't want to compile the whole project from starting. You just want to compile that part of the project which is changed. So Makefile is a really good choice for that. It saves a lot of your time, and it is very efficient. So log everything while developing. While this will not be what you want when you are deploying your application, but while you are developing and testing your application, you should log everything, so that you can tail the logs and check where the application is crashing, and you can just go there and fix it. So I'll just give you an example for this. So let's just say uh, this is the command that I'm using, and this is the logs file. So as you can see, the logs are creating in real time, so you can check it. You can check the logs like this, and also you where you want to log is another issue. Like for development purpose, you can just try to log to a file as I'm logging, but when you're deploying if your service is running on thousands of containers on tens of different of machines, then it is not really possible to SSH into each of the machine, then run each container and grab the log file in each container. So then you would want to log to a std out or std error, and then have a central platform where all your logs will be there, and you can query your logs over there on the central platform, and you can use the elk stack for that as well. So Docker really increases your productivity a lot. So let's say you are working on a project and your project requires MySQL and some NoSQL DB, let's say HBase, and um, a language that you are using, let's say Golang. So you have installed everything on your local. But now what? You want to use Redis as well, maybe, or you might want to use Grafana to analyze your data, so you'll have to install it again. But what Docker there's a lot of softwares that are available on Docker Hub, and you can just pull the image for the software that you want to use. Using You can use the Docker search command to search for a repository. Let's say you want to search for Grafana. So there are a lot of repositories. This is a standard repository, and with 1548 stars, so you can just pull it and run the container out of it. So as you can see, I have a lot of containers running. So every time I want to install a new piece of software, I just use Docker to install it and expose the ports on a host computer, so that the software that I'm using is accessible. Now the shell and terminal also plays a really important role. The shell that I'm using is, as you can see, it's zsh. You can also check the shell that you're using by running the command echo $0, and the shell that you're most probably be using must be bash. You can change the shell to from bash to zsh via the command chsh -h, and which zsh. So this will require root privileges, as it is saying that no changes are made because my shell was already zsh, so there were no changes made. Also, there's one more important file, one very important file, which is in your home directory with the name .shellrc. So in my case, it must be .zshrc. So if I less it, you can see this is my shell configuration. So you might want to customize your shell configuration so that the shell is working like according to you. So I'll just drop my shell configurations in the description below. You can find it over there. And about the terminal, terminal also plays a really important role. The standard terminals that you use uh, don't let you insert multiple tabs or use multiple tabs in the same on the same screen. So for the Mac I would recommend iterm, and for Linux I would recommend terminator. So, and the code editor, so code editor is also one more important thing. So I really use VS Code, and I would recommend that. um, VS Code is an amazing code editor. It has a lot of plugins and add-ons for every language, and very specific. They are very specific to a language, and they really help you indent the code very well and write a code very efficiently. So code editor is also a really good, really an important thing. And then the browser extensions come really handy with Google Chrome. So the browser extensions that I'm going to talk about are specifically are, let's say, one browser extension that I would recommend is Octotree. This lets you browse through your repository, uh, just like just like your favorite code editor. As you can see, I can just browse through the whole repository just like I would in my code editor. So Octotree is one awesome extension. Another is Vimium. So Vimium is an extension that lets you use your browser without the use of mouse. So much use of mouse, I would say. So there are a lot of options that the Vimium provides. After installing Vimium, you can just use the question mark to check for the Vimium help. And if you want to navigate into your history, to a tab from your history, and you just remember it vaguely, just like um, just this is my repository. So I just remember the repository name, and I don't want to type the whole URL for this, so you can use it. It comes really handy. So this is one more tool that I use, and this pretty much sums up the video. So I'll see you in the next video.